And good afternoon from Bowling Green, Ohio. We are at Almar Lanes in Bowling Green. This is the 29th edition of the PBA50 Gary Schluchter Memorial Central Midwest Classic presented by UE Squared, Chris Lindquist, and Progressive Gerdeman Insurance Agency. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here this afternoon. 4-player stepladder finals coming to you for this PBA50 event. Waiting in the wings, Tom Doherty is your number 1 seed. John Rakowski is your number 2 seed. And your opening match there, you see your 2 players that will be underway shortly with Tom Hess and Dan Higgins Jr. Hess, your number 3 seed. A huge couple of games by Hess in the round of 8 to jump into the stepladder. And Dan Higgins fought his nightmare pair lanes 13 and 14 and got his way into the number 4 seed in the stepladder. So Tom Hess will have lane choice here. We'll have our announcements from Bobby Jekyll for this match momentarily. And then we will be underway here from Bowling Green, Ohio. Thanks again to Bill and Yogi Wamis for hosting this wonderful event. And we're going to thank all of the great local sponsors as well coming up as 10 on the Deck Productions in coordination with the PBA is live streaming this event to the PBA YouTube channel. We appreciate everyone tuning in, whether you're watching it live or watching it later here on Friday evening. And we have a PBA 50 National Tour quality type players in the finals here in Bowling Green. Just about 1 minute of practice remaining, and we will be underway.
About a minute and a half, gentlemen. About a minute and a half. Well, it looks like we are ready to get started. Before I do the introductions, Bowling Green, let me say thanks for coming out today. And also, real quick reminder, please make sure those cell phones are off or on silent mode while the matches are going on. The bowlers are greatly appreciated. Okay, our first match, our number 4 seed. He is a 3-time Eagle winner. He's also have a regional title he won earlier this year from Westerville, Ohio. Put your hands together for Dan Higgins. His opponent, he is a 1-time PBA National Tour titleist, winning the 2011 Masters. He's won 13 times on the PBA 50 National Tour, including the Senior U.S. Open and the USBC Masters. He is a member of the PBA Hall of Fame. Put your hands together from Tom Hess from Granger, Iowa.
And with that, we are underway here in Bowling Green. Joining me in the booth today, I'm $2 Phil Brillo. He's Mickey Hyam. Mickey's been here for a couple of decades at Almar Lanes, former operator of the pro shop here. And Mickey, we have got ourselves one heck of a battle here in our opening match. Higgins leads off on a fresh application of the 39-foot Albee pattern. And let's put 10 down right away.
Yeah, we've got a great field here. The top 4, every one of them deserves to win.
So there's the PBA Hall of Famer Tom Hess. taking to lane 10 here. And these bowlers on the Albee pattern using not overly aggressive equipment because they really want to keep the ball front to back pretty straight, don't they?
Yes, they do. The pattern is 39 feet. And, anything that loops around a lot is going to have a pocket avoidance system. They want to get the ball down the lane, let it just glide up to the pocket.
So Tom Hess was on the outside looking in with the round of 8 for the top 4. Then he fired games of 268 and 267 to get himself into the number 3 seed, leapfrogging Todd Adcock. And there we go. How about that for Hess?
And no
crowd-
let up.
Hess asking for a little applause here. And it's a little unusual because usually it would be a Sunday afternoon here and we would have a much bigger crowd watching this finals, but with the scheduling around the PBA50 tour this season being a Friday afternoon, we know we got a lot of people watching at home. Get there. Not going to do it for Higgins. And the 10-pin stands. Dan didn't leave anything else seem like but 10 pins most of the day today, or on a rare occasion he'd have a split, but boy, when he was in the pocket, it was 10 back or a 10 pin.
It's been pretty delicate getting that right pocket angle, the entry angle in the pocket, I should say, so that you can get the carry. You want to keep speed up, and sometimes that just makes the ball a little late getting there.
I was just checking the chat and lane vault with the over-under on the pocket 710s during the step ladder. I'm going to put it at 2 because when these pattern just started breaking down, it seemed like that's when some of the 710s would start rearing their ugly head. And a quality toss there by Higgins. Higgins finished 3rd here last year, so he's looking to improve on that finish. Tom Hess just missed the step ladder last year, so a little redemption for Tom.
Yeah, Higgins last year was in the first match, I believe. And
yes.
Lost. He shot 257 and lost.
Yeah, he was the 2 seed. He had a bad hit on 13 and 14 in the round of 8, knocked him out of the 1 seed into the 2 seed. And then, yeah, lost to Mike Clark Jr. by a single stick, 259, 258. So, oh yeah, that's right. Today is July 10th, so it would be, I don't think there's ever such a thing as a happy 710 day, but yeah, it is 710 day. Somebody just remarked in the chat. Thanks everybody that's tuning in to PBA YouTube today. Once again, I'd like to thank Bull TV for giving 10 on the Deck Productions the right to stream this event on PBA YouTube, and thanks to the PBA for letting us stream it as well. Co-produced by the PBA and 10 on the Deck Productions. Look at that form by Hess at the line. Steps it out, and the 4-5, well, they went last, but they went. And the front 4 now.
Yeah, the adrenaline's starting to flow a little bit. He amped that one up pretty good.
You know, it was fun to watch. If you have a chance to go back, everybody, go back and watch the round of 8 where Tom Hess really successfully used loft directly in front of him to handle this lane condition. Higgins looking to keep it close. Oh, stare down 9-pin Dan Higgins Jr. Give it the stare down.
Added a little bit of rotation to that one to get the 10 out and almost paid for it with solid 9.
So Higgins down by 20, throwing a great game right now, but once again, all it takes is a single pin here and a single pin there. It wasn't super high scoring on the Albee, but it was high scoring enough. I mean, Tom Doherty averaged almost 240. Get there again, and you see he was, yeah, can see when he let it go out of his hand, he was kind of dejected, like, uh-oh.
Well, I think he maybe slipped a little bit, lost some leverage there, so he didn't quite get the hand through the ball the way he wanted. It's always upsetting when you need a shot like that, and it's close, but no cigar.
loser of this match will take home $1,500, $5,000. Not too bad for 2 days of work. To our champion today. Everybody that was eliminated from 12th place above got a 4-figure paycheck. What a great event here in Bowling Green. And we'll talk about some of the local sponsors between our opening match and our semifinal.
Well, it's 2 days of work, but it's 30 years of preparation.
Mickey, I'm going to steal that and use it forever.
There you go.
And I'm going to make sure you get full attribution on it as well. Front 5 for Hess. Wow, that's 7-9. Was the last 2 to go. You see Tom coming back.
He just willed that in the pocket. It was inside target a little bit, and he really made it push down the line.
Yeah. You know, this career that Tom Hess has had since he turned 50, yeah, he did win the 2011 Masters, had a pretty solid regular PBA career, but boy, when he turned 50, I mean, he wasted no time getting Hall of Fame credentials, and then was inducted in the Hall of Fame a couple of years back. And, you know, Tom Doherty is another one that I think could be PBA50 veterans, senior category, whatever you want to call it, a Hall of Famer as well. And Dan Higgins has got plenty of time. Higgins just 51.
Wow.
Take the 4 down. Yeah.
That's,
Shrug it off, Tom.
That speed's getting up there.
So right now, Higgins just got to play his own game.
Well,
I mean,
talking about Tom, he's like a lot of players, you know, he had a regular career and so forth. And then as he got a little older, got a little more solid with that. And then he could devote a little bit more time to his bowling.
You know, and having the great support of his wife, Sue, at home as well.
Absolutely.
I mean, Sue not a bowler, obviously with Dan Higgins Jr., his wife, Jen, a fine player in her own right. Can we say Ohio bowling royalty for those two?
Birds of a feather
Yeah.
flock together.
Yes, indeed. So Higgins bowling well, but down by a bunch. 7th frame. What do you think, Dan Higgins Jr.?
Oh,
Wow. I thought it was better too.
that ball just kept. If there's an early indication, it looks like 9's just holding up just a little bit. It's not quite finishing as much. Tom's shots were light on that lane, and Higgins has got the same problem with that one pushing right by him. Made it? Nope.
I mean, nothing you could do there but go for it.
Absolutely.
You're down by a ton, and I don't want to see this match is over, but Rakoski's already planning on his strategy against Hess
Yeah.
as the
Well,
lanes break down.
Higgins could watch out for a 220, and Tom's in the 240 range already.
Tom taking an extra second here, front 6. How about a sassy 7th in a row? Stares it down. Oh, my. Those 10 pins tried to stand against the might of one Tom Hess, and they did not stand a chance. And Tom's just calm, cool, and collected right now. You've been in these situations in tournaments and stuff. You got a big string. You know, is the 300 in the back of Tom's mind right now? He knows he's got match pretty much in hand.
I doubt it. The only thing he's thinking about right now is making one more good shot. It's one shot at a time. That's all you can do. You can't throw next 5. You throw one at a time,
though. Ooh! Take the 10 down with the base of the 6. How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, text your friends and family. If they haven't seen somebody with a run towards 300 in a while, tell them to get on the PBA YouTube channel, because they're going to have that chance with Tom Hess when he steps back up on 9 and 10. And now it's going to get real easy to throw the ball for Dan Higgins Jr. I hate to say it.
Yeah, the pressure's pretty much off. He's just finishing out the string, as they say. That's one of the things you always dread in these single game matches is somebody, starting with an 8-bagger against you. But there's no defense in bowling.
Not at all. Higgins, that one hangs wide again, so.
See, that's the characteristic right there. Ball just squirts.
Set now. Gets set in the back of Hess's mind because he might have a chance to be perfect, but it's going to have to happen on lane 9.
Well, it hasn't affected him as much because he's a little bit more direct with a lot more speeds.
Okay.
Although it's still a characteristic because his ball's not dead flush up in the pocket.
So Dan Higgins walking away with $1,500. Tom Hess going to be guaranteed at least $1,900, but he's got his eye on the big prize. $5,000.
Wow.
For first place. And the front 9 for Tom Hess.
Now he's going like half pocket the last 2 shots on that left lane. Is he going to make an adjustment? Again, the adrenaline's up a little bit. You have a tendency to throw a little harder. Right now he's slowing his breathing down, trying to get relaxed so he can just make a good shot.
For a tasty 10th from the start. 6 leans in front of the 10, wiggles it, doesn't take it down. But one heck of a game there for Tom Hess.
Good run.
As he's going to be moving on against John Rakoski.
Again, that characteristic held up. The ball didn't quite get back to the pocket.
One heck of a start for Tom Hess. He's got to get recomposed again. As you see the handshakes between the players.
Well, Tom's in that wash, rinse, and repeat mode right now. Just keep doing what he's doing. That was a good adjustment right there. A little less adrenaline because it was, not the same situation.
Right.
The ball rolled right up.
So Higgins, 3rd last year, 4th here, and hey,
Oh,
that's
one more solid 9 for you, Lee.
he's gonna have a couple nightmares tonight, I think.
Well, he's probably this week had as high a pocket percentage as anybody,
Oh yeah,
and not the most to show for it. But what a competitor.
so Tom Hess gets to take a break. If he wants to stay loose, he can go down to 1 and 2 and do it. John Rakoski is going to come on and get shadow balls. And there you see Higgins finishing it out. Yeah, it was
Now it
yeah.
goes.
that was a lot better game than 194 for Higgins, no doubt about it. So Rakoski's going to get his practice. And we're going to thank our sponsors shortly.
First semifinal match, we have Tom Hess defeating Dan Higgins, 279 to 194. Dan Higgins finishing in 4th place. Have a nice round of applause. Dan bowled terrific all weekend. Okay, Tom can stay loose on lane 7. John Rakoski, man coming in, will get 8 shots on the championship pair.
And as John Rakoski takes his practice, we just once again want to thank all of the sponsors locally here that not only help provide that spectacular prize fund for our bowlers, but also help bring us on the air here, brought us down here to Bowling Green once again to bring you this live stream on the PBA YouTube channel. Once again, co-produced by 10 on the Deck Productions and the PBA. There you saw a triple platinum sponsor with UE2 and there you see the rest of them going across, and there's about another 25 silver and bronze sponsors that we couldn't fit on the scroll, but we thank every one of the sponsors here this week. And when you have a PBA regional event in your local area, you'll see a lot of sponsors on the walls during those events. please patronize those sponsors, as the PBA regional program would not be in that center without the help of those sponsors in many, many situations. So John Rakowski is going to get 8 shallow balls, while Tom Hess has the option to stay loose on lane 7 if he wants, but I think he's kind of looking where John's playing the lanes at the moment, because you never know how things are going to get affected. And there you see Higgins dejectedly walking off the lane as he takes home 4th place money, $1,500. And joining me back in the booth, Mickey Hyam. And Mickey, you had a chance to talk to Dan Higgins there?
I did.
And what was his?
He basically concurred what I was saying, that the left lane was a little tighter. He noticed that Doherty had, during the practice, had thrown urethane on the freshly oiled lanes, which tends to push the oil down a little bit more. And he said, you know, basically he didn't make the right adjustment. And, you know, sometimes it's tough because you got 5 frames on each lane,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, you got to make that choice and commit to it. It's never easy to make that change in the middle of a stepladder.
Well, you know, that split he had to 2.810, he did slip a little bit at the foul line, lost some leverage. Plus, there was a little bit more continuation on that lane, and it made it tough. But you know, you're trying to figure it out at the same time your opponent's got the front 9. So
Absolutely, Mr. Higgins. We'll see you down the road. So nice bowling this week again. Hoping he holds on with his team, Higgy's Aquarium, as well. It's not a PBA thing, but the USBC Open Championships, his team in the lead for team all events. And he would be Hall of Fame eligible for the USBC if his team holds on and he gets his 4th USBC title. I know a lot of these guys, unfortunately, not able to stick around. Heading up to Akron for the PBA50 Akron Classic at historic AMF Riviera Lanes. That will start with a practice session tomorrow, and we'll start with a qualifying round on Bowl TV on Sunday and Monday, and the finals on Tuesday. Once again, you're going to need to have your Bowl TV subscription ready.
a lot of memories in that center up there at Akron. Riviera's had some of the greatest matches of all time.
First 300 ever in PBA history. Jack Biondolillo, the $2.99 for Don Johnson. Absolutely.
He's facing our number 2 seed. He is a 3-time PBA 50 national champion, most recently winning the 2025 PBA 50 Fort Myers Classic. He's also got 7 regional titles. From Estero, Florida, put your hands together for John Rakowski.
And waiting on lane choice. Looks like John is going to start the match, or are we going to switch it around? John is going to start the match, so he wants the hammer in the 10th frame. Usually it's about 75% of the time the bowler usually defers to the opponent finishing last.
Well,
John being a little brave here.
That, and I think that he saw that Dan had some problems on the left lane, and he'd rather finish on the right lane. Although that looked like a pretty quality shot.
No doubt there as he walks off his first frame.
Well, that's a message to Tom. You know, I'm here too.
Yep. So, Mickey, especially after coming off a 2.79 for Tom Hess, I mean, what do you do to bring the pulse rate back down a little bit?
Well, I mean, without being a doctor, obviously, you got to control your breathing. And you picture shots like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty in control right there. As if you missed out on the first game, Tom Hess had the front 9.
Well, the other thing is all of these guys, this is not their first rodeo. They've been in this position before, and they've learned from it. But again, it's your picture in your own mind. What do you see? And if it's vivid enough, then that's exactly what will happen.
Hess still staying very direct through the front part of the lane, and
Wow.
that ball almost seemed like it started to hook and then picked up some slickness mid lane and then started to hook again.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's definitely some oil pushed down the lane, just a hair more on that lane. But Tom has always tried to get the ball to roll forward through the pins, probably more so than a lot of other people.
Murkowski was your number 1 seed coming into the last game of the round of 8. He had some struggles. Doherty put up the front 9.
Wow.
Pardon me, the front 10 Doherty had before putting up 289 for his final shot. And once again, this one, the first one, the blank might be the first one going home. As we have both bowlers starting with a double. Waiting in the wings. I think he might be taking a nap in the meeting room, Tom Doherty. Seemed pretty relaxed after getting that number 1 seed, and he'll come out and keep an eye on things, I'm sure, as this match gets later and later. He might even be watching this on his phone in the meeting room.
Yep.
I mean, Murkowski was dominant through the first 15 games of this tournament. He had a lead at one point in time of almost 140 pins. And then Tom Doherty found something late in the round of 16 and definitely found it all.
Well, it's early in the match, but so far, Murkowski has had the best look on that left lane, which seems to be the one. Uh-oh.
That doesn't seem right. That looked like it was just like 4-pin high, and nothing got near the 6 for Hess. That's a bit of a surprise.
Duck hook got a little softer with it, I think. And that extremely bad break.
No bounce.
I can put that pin in the
in the junk pile.
Oh yeah.
Use it for target practice instead. Somebody's asking about the ball. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar with some of the latest releases that are out there. Somebody said it looks like a Viking Conquest. Not sure. Couldn't tell you what's in his mitt right now. I apologize.
It's made by Storm.
Yeah. It's a Storm, a Rotor Grip, or a 900 Global Ball.
There
that
you
we
go.
know. But yeah, apologize for that. I just do not follow the equipment. All the new releases that are coming out after Bowl Expo, it's sometimes hard to pick up. And hey, there's that spot we just talked about where you got a little skid the shot before.
Well, the last ball jumped on him a little bit. He had that in the back of his mind, and tendency that line was keep going. Just settle down, make a spare. All right.
Covers it up. So Murkowski, solid last night during qualifying. Finished with games of 279 and 270. Came out of the gates in the advances round this morning. Games of 256, 238, 210, and 278. But then had some struggles towards the end of the round of 16 with a 210 game and only put up 206 and 200 in the round of 8. And a little shaker 8.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too concerned with that, I would think.
Well, he's got, 30-pin lead?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, could have struck.
So Murkowski, 3 PBA50 national tour titles.
Nice, simple game. Walk up there, nice swing, good balance at the foul line.
And he doesn't seem to let a lot rattle him.
No.
As he had a bad break with a couple of ripper 7-10s the last game in the round of 8, which knocked him down to the 2 seed after Doherty put up a bunch. There you see Tom Doherty getting his practice in the lanes 1 and 2. And he just didn't seem rattled by it. Like, okay, I'm the 2 seed. Oh, hum. Here we go. Back to the striking in the beverage frame. Yes, indeed.
Yep. Again, he's got a better look on that left lane.
You see him going to sit
Tom's
down.
got to get it started again.
Sit down next to Bobby Jekyll, our Central Regional Manager. Hey, a special congratulations today to that gentleman, Bobby Jekyll, as he is celebrating his 20th anniversary with starting as the PBA Central Regional Manager. 20 years dealing with bowlers.
Wow.
The man's a saint. The man, all of our regional managers, some of the hardest working people in bowling. As you see Hess walk that one off, wondering why did that four pin act like it did.
Well, dealing with bowlers for Bobby helps because he's 7 foot 280.
Yeah, he is the human wall. No doubt about that. But I mean, we have such great regional managers. I get to work with Bobby a lot in the Central region, with Toby Contreras in the Midwest region, Russ Mills in the East region, and yeah, they're all looking out not just for the bowlers but for the fans in attendance at the regionals as well. And there you go for Hess.
Yeah,
You know we
there
like
we
that
go,
one.
right back on. Hey, by the way, I'm here.
Yeah.
You mentioned Toby Contreras, good friend of mine from Kansas City.
Yeah.
I grew up in the Kansas City area. And Toby's maybe 15, 20 years younger than I am. But if you want to see the best finish ever in a PBA tournament, watch his win somewhere in California.
Wow. No witnesses left to that assault by the bowling ball of John Rakoski's. Don't even bother calling 911. Ain't worth it.
Yeah. Well, it just shows that, to be a good bowler, you got to run up there real fast and crank the ball and hook it the whole lane. And,
Yeah.
far from the truth.
How many kids that grew up in the 70s wanted to be Mark Roth
Exactly.
and not Earl Anthony? How many kids in the 2000s wanted to be Jason Belmonte, not Frankie Lavoie?
Mm-hmm.
But Frankie's always been a contender in a lot of events in the PBA Tour. When you win 2 U.S. Opens, you're good. And when you're tripping fours like that, you're good.
Yep. A lot of people say that trip four is luck, but I've always believed that you've got the right roll on the ball to be able to create that, because like hits a lot of times will leave you a 4-9.
See Tom talking to himself. They're just, come on, make your shot.
Yeah, he's 250 out the sheet. That's respectable.
There you go.
He posted that one. He knew that was good.
So he surrounded his his open frame with a double, spare, and 3-bagger, but still finds his way.
Yeah.
On the negative part of the scoreboard right now, as he's down by 23, pardon me. Cut it to 13 here.
Mm-hmm. Come on, Tom. Make a good shot.
He's probably telling himself the same thing right now.
Not bad. There you go.
Got through that
It's
slippery spot on the lane, I guess you could say.
A little bit more extension on that, so it was a little bit more on line than around. he took it up through the lane a little bit more.
So John Koski taking a second look at that rack, and I don't know if he thought maybe something was off spot, but he's happy with it. And now he's got a strike again to get that lead back up to 23. And the good part about that for John is he can't get shut out even if he leaves a 10-pin right here, because he'd still be up by a couple of sticks if they match the rest of the
Oh, no.
Wow. That's the most I've seen John's ball move all day at the back end. My goodness. What caused that?
He got a little quick with the feet, and that caused him to help the ball through at the bottom, and he got around it more, so he changed the rotational angle. Yep, it hooked. So just whoa.
That's one of those ones where you let it go and you know right away. I'm like, that's a 50-50 right there.
Okay, so now Rakowski could go out the sheet for 257, and Tom can go out the sheet for 256.
Yeah, putting that spare right after the open for Tom, huge, because if he would have gone strike, spare, strike, he'd be down by a bunch.
Mm-hmm. On the other hand, if Rakowski doesn't strike here, Tom can shut him out. Wow. Again, the ball flipped a little bit right there on the end.
Is that just easy giving it too much on the bottom? Or what do you think there, Mickey?
It could be the adrenaline. It could be, you know, his timing just switched to air because of the situation. But the ball definitely had more side rotation than the previous shots.
And young players watching now, that's why you never give up when you're down 30 in a match after 4 frames.
Absolutely.
You just keep working like Tom Hess is doing. And now he steps up with the opportunity to just close this one out. Get that hand into the big mitt, Tom Hess.
Posted it again. Hell yeah. That's what you have to do when you got a strike, is make a perfect shot. Good balance at the foul line. The release is continuous. Ball's on line. Dead in the pit.
Tom Doherty coming down. We'll scroll over a little bit here. You see Doherty checking out what's going on.
Oh, yeah.
Vested interest, obviously, on where these bowlers are playing, because that's going to affect. He hasn't seen this pair of lanes in 40 frames plus some practice. Another post.
Oh,
it took a second effort, but the 7 got knocked out.
so that puts him in the 240 range. But the count is the same, so if he doesn't strike, Rakowski can punch out and beat him.
Beat him by a stick. If Tom goes 9 spare here, it's 235.
Yeah, but this strike is a winner. Never know. Start with a double and then a big split. A lot of people would have just gave up right there, but this is what you have to do if you want to win. Yep.
There you go. Wow. Absolutely pured by Tom Hess. Keep it on the lane.
Yep. You won't see a better shot executed for a win than that.
You see the wry smile on Raskoski on the walk
Oh,
back
yeah.
up. John, you didn't lose. You got beat. you threw a heck of a game. You got out early, and you forced Tom Hess to show up and throw the last whole bunch of strikes. And Hess puts up 254 after an opening 279.
Yep.
234, another solid effort from John Rakowski. It's just not going to be enough. And one would think going to Akron, he could be one of those early betting line favorites if there was wagering on a PBA50 Tour event.
Well, certainly he has the game because it's so simple that he's going to be in play week after week, you know. Just basically throw the ball in the pocket and get enough rotation, knock pins down, and repeat it.
So up next, our championship match. It's going to be Tom Hess and Tom Doherty. The Battle of the Toms awaits. Tom Doherty will get 8 shadow balls.
Wow.
And Tom Hess will get to stay loose on lane 7 if he chooses. And here's some announcements from Bobby Jekyll, and Mickey and I will be back in just a couple of minutes.
Okay, our semifinal match had Tom Hess defeating John Rakowski 254 to 234, finishing in third place. How about a nice round of applause for John Rakowski? Both fantastic all weekend. During the week, I should say. Tournament leader Tom Doherty will receive 8 shots.
So once again, while Tom Doherty practices, we want to thank all the sponsors that not only brought me here to Bowling Green this week, but also supplemented this tremendous prize fund for the bowlers. As Rakowski's going to walk out with $1,900. Doherty guaranteed $2,500. That's what second place will receive, $5,000 on top here in Bowling Green. And while you see all of our platinum and gold sponsors, I want to thank our silver sponsors: A&S Asphalt, ASD Remodeling, Dill Saver, Bureau Co., Classic Products, Decor Internet Service, Doc's Rib Cage, Easy Street, JB Construction, Jets Pizza, KR Strike Force, Or Sunoco, Rose Realty, Turbo Grips, Wow Marketing, and WTG Seamless Gutters. And also thank our bronze sponsors: Ace Mitchell, Bell Tire, Bellevue Brothers Meat Market, Bob Stout Nationwide Insurance, Brandywine Golf Course, Deck Hanneman Funeral Home, Krish's Big Boy, Great Lakes Garage Door, Noah Wagner, Habitek Security, Marsh and Rothenbuehler Attorneys, Staples Office Supply, Sunday Station, and Walmart. Thanks to all of our sponsors for not only giving the bowlers a great Thursday and Friday here. What a phenomenal midweek event. There you see Hess just shooting at spare shots to stay loose. Keep the focus.
Yeah, that line's not going to tell him anything. He might take 1 or 2 shots just in the pocket.
So thanks for joining us, everyone, on the PBA YouTube channel. Hope you're enjoying the action here from Bowling Green. And don't forget, 4 PBA50 National Tour events yet to go this season. And if you're not already a Bowl TV subscriber to be able to watch those PBA50 Tour events from start to finish, good time to try it for a month. I mean, not only will you get those 4 PBA50 Tour events, 2 of them being majors, you're going to have some great junior gold action coming from the Minneapolis-St. Paul area, and the always exciting PBA-PWBA Striking Against Breast Cancer mixed doubles from Houston. Chris Vi and Brianna Cote, your champions, returning from last year. Bobby Jekyll asked Tom Doherty for his lane choices. Tom will have that, of the Doherty variety. Can't just say Tom this match and get away with it. Last names will be used pretty much exclusively as Doherty picks it clean. Never easy to do. Yep, let me bring you in here, Mickey. Apologize for that.
Yeah, not a problem, but it's interesting. Tom walked over here, immediately picked up the urethane ball, threw 4 shots, got 4 strikes, then went to the reactive, and that last shot was a spare shot, obviously, and so was this one.
So just to see as a backup if the urethane gets a little too skittish?
I would be surprised if he starts with the urethane,
Thomas
but
moves on to face
he knows his game better than anybody.
Four-time PBA national titleist, including one major. He won the 2021 World Championship, 2025 USBC Masters, 2025 PBA50 Rookie of the Year, 2-time Lions Cup Award winner. From Riverview, Florida, put your hands together for Mr. Tom Doherty. Again, we will have an awards presentation shortly following this match to crown our 2026 champion. Should be an exciting match. Bowling Green, how about a nice round of applause to send off as a send-off for our final 2 competitors of the day.
Thank you again, Bobby Jekyll, for getting us underway. And there you go. Doherty takes a seat. Hess will be firing first. Now, we saw the opposite strategy for Rakoski last game. Wanted to finish on the right lane. Is Doherty not worried about that hang spot on the left lane where he wants to finish the 10th frame there? Or is it just, I want to put the pressure on my opponent if he's got to throw a double to win?
Well, if there's a tougher lane, it's obviously the left lane so far. So, there's a lot of different schools of thought. Put him up on the left lane and get him off to a slower start. On the other hand, if you're on the right lane, you can get the first double. A little pressure. Wow, that was a lot slower.
Just a little vapor lock there for Hess?
Yeah, he might have overjudged the situation because he also saw Doherty use the urethane ball, which tends to push oil down the lane, and he might have thought the lane got a little tighter.
And instead,
and yeah, overcorrected.
No problem on the cover for Hess. And yeah, you see he's already trying to dump the memory bag. Going like, okay, let's forget about what happened on that shot. Now our first look in the STEPLADDER finals at Tom Doherty. Urethane in hand. Oh, the head pin rolled back, but it missed it by a good foot in front. Doherty, as we mentioned, front 10, the final game of the round of 8, but he's been waiting around for about 75 minutes since he threw his last ball to get into the #1 seed. Is that going to affect him at all? Probably not. Tom's pretty chill, and he's been in that situation many times before.
Interesting psychology right here because Doherty's elected to go with the urethane ball, and Hess is aware of it and aware that it will change the condition around a little bit. It's either going to be a plus or a minus to one or the other.
Steps it out. When he steps out like that, you know he likes it.
Yep. Just fed it to the break point and let it roll right up. One of the advantages of the urethane ball is it's more continuous in the back end, without tending to flip up on you. Hence, he could play a little farther right. Now, Tom needs to make the correct adjustment. Tom has.
So that's there you see Doherty keeping an eye on how that ball is going to react. So it's right off the approach from Hess. Looks good. Sounds good. Oh, and spin it into the 10, Tom Hess.
Yeah, messenger had the correct address. That's good for Tom, for Hess. Yeah,
That might loosen Mr. Hess's swing a little bit more.
it should.
So the both bowlers got to be thinking right now, okay, step up in the lane. I 9 counted on, but Tom Hess's 9 count was quite a bit different than Doherty's 9 count.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my.
Well, that would not have been a happy 7-10 day for Tom Hess.
Oh,
Gets the 10 down with the messenger. And you heard about 27 sets of lungs in here hold their breath before that 10 pin fell. Tom Hess is being one of them. Directly at the spare. Wow. Wow.
unforced error. That's not what you want to do.
And the gates of opportunity have opened wide for Tom Doherty. And
Wow.
you see the dejection on Hess as he walks back.
Yeah, you get a break, knock down the 7-10, get out of that, and then you miss the spare.
Yeah, the consummate professional taking full advantage of the error.
I'll bet that happens 99% of the time when you're bowling a match play and the guy misses a spare and the other guy will automatically double. It's almost a written rule.
Just like when going the other way around, when the match is no longer in doubt, it gets a lot easier to throw those strikes.
Yeah.
So Doherty taking a quick stare at the scoreboard just to compose his thoughts.
Get the breathing right.
There you go. Tom, come back. Doherty, you still got a bunch of frames to bowl yet. As he puts a little statement on that shot.
Get that energy level up there a little bit.
You see Tom Hess shaking his head going, all right,
Yeah.
I did this before, except it was it was a split last time, not an unforced error that left the blemish on his scorecard, and he had to charge back against Ruskowski.
Yeah, he's got to completely wipe that out and get back in that frame of mind when he's throwing a 9-bagger.
And a little noise in the crowd. Tom steps off. Can't blame him. So he'll get a full shot clock. We don't have a shot clock. I mean, normally it is the 25-second shot clock in all levels of PBA competition for every frame, but yeah, not being held to in that particular situation. Tom gets a full time to reset, and Hess ready to fire. Gets to come up, and if the 6th one had taken it, the head pin would have.
That's an excellent shot to come back off of that unforced error.
So don't count Hess out yet, obviously, because he can still get to 258. Doherty would still have a few strikes to throw to get to 258, but obviously with the 290 max out there for Doherty.
Wow. Quality shot.
Seemed like a little more loft, maybe 2-3 inches of loft total. than last time on that lane. They left the 7-pin and it just let that ball grab up so aggressively.
Well, once again, the loft keeps the ball on the line a little bit more. Too much is really bad because you hit up on it, but the right amount, you hit through it and ball stays on line.
The finesse both these players have at their release point.
Yep.
Did the head pin hit it, or did some supplemental breeze going by take the 10 down? I don't know.
Might have been a 50 caliber round.
That's about the speed that head pin moved back at. It seemed like. Hess goes for a little refreshment.
Yeah.
So does Doherty. And now Doherty looking to get the 5th X on the board. Little self-talk there on the back of the approach.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that 2-pin
Yep.
should get a bonus because it did so much work on the 4 right there. It worked overtime to get there.
Yeah, sometimes you got it and sometimes you don't. And, you know, that messenger to take the 10 out and then trip the 4 and, wow. Wonderful thing to happen in a title match.
Hess on target line. Answers right back.
Yep. By the way, I'm still here.
Tom Doherty getting a bottle of water. And Bill and Yogi all week. You see him back there. There's Bill. Yogi disappeared a few minutes ago. And can't thank them enough for hosting this event 29 consecutive years. I always get a kick out of Bill every year going, well, you know how many years this tournament's been around if you know my age, because I bowled it the first year I had it when I was turned 50.
Mm-hmm.
Seventh frame for Hess. And a little noise in the crowd once again. He'll reset.
It's so quiet in here.
Yeah.
Sometimes the noise was quite a ways away, but it sounded like it was right next to him.
Stepping it out nicely. Oh, yeah. Take 10 down and call me in the morning. And we have a battle here in Bowling Green, Ohio. $5,000 on top to our winner today.
Wow.
Doherty just responds back, not in any way intimidated by what Hess is coming back with. Battle for the ages here in Bowling Green.
Right now, he looks like he's just out there having a practice session. Oh, well.
And the interesting part of this battle, even though this is not a national event on the PBA50 Tour, you're looking at the number 1 in points this season for Bowler of the Year with Tom Hess, number 2 in points, Tom Doherty. So they have 4 events to take down that battle. And for Player of the Year on the PBA50 Tour, it is simply determined by points. Little left.
Yep.
Yeah, got it in the slick.
Yeah.
And here we go. Doherty knows.
let's
He's
see.
giving some daylight to Hess.
Yeah, he's on a 240 pace, and Tom Hess can go out for in the 250s. Good cover on the spare.
Almost got himself a souvenir in the process.
Yep.
Good thing the rake stopped that 10 pin. Would have been a ticked off pin boy back in the day, taking it off the shins. So Hess is going to take an extra second or two here to get himself composed, no doubt about it. Because he knows the situation. Any bowler that says they don't peek up once in a while at the scoreboard is a liar.
Yeah, it's definitely a do or die situation. Good balance. Good shot.
Stepping it out. We basically got ourselves a couple of frames to
Old-fashioned
determine.
shootout.
Yeah. A couple of frames to see who's going to be the champion. Tom Hess looking at possible 258. Thing is, Tom Doherty's looking at possible 269. 11 pins the difference at the moment. I don't want to say it's mandatory strike mode for Hess, but you cannot count on Tom Doherty making 2 mistakes in a row at this point in time in the game. Look at that post. Look at that ball come up. And look at Tom Hess walking away, waiting to see if he's going to have any chance to step up in the 10th frame. Take home this title.
I'm just amazed at how good a shot making these guys are doing. Making these lanes look easy, and they're anything but that.
Yep. Somebody in the crowd knew it was good before Tom had them all down. So Doherty had all 10 down.
Yep. An interesting situation. You can strike out, and that's it. He's the winner. If he doesn't get the first one, then Hess can strike out and beat him. So it's all in the 10th frame. Bowl all week to get to 1 frame.
Let that one float a little right. Yeah, and just paid the price.
Yep.
Doherty 2-8 combo, and this is not going to be anything but easy at this point in time. He goes, oh, he's going to go to the spare ball. So he's going to go direct at it. That wasn't a spare ball. That was
his reactive ball. One ball he hasn't thrown the entire game.
Found that out when the ball hit the lane and started hooking, so that it was reactive.
Well, now this shot's important too.
Count.
Because he's only 1 pin up on count. If he gets a strike here, he makes Hess throw 2 in the 10th.
Yeah.
Anything less than that, well, it had to be an 8 count to make a real difference.
You see, he's just, hasn't dumped the memory bank of that first ball of the 10th yet.
Oh, no. As you were.
All right.
A little smoother.
Yeah, now he throws it a little bit better. And
Well, you know, it set the stage. You know, any one of them said, hey, here's 249 in the title match. Would you take it? You know, there ain't one of them turning it down, but it could still be a loser.
so Tom has no other way to get around it. 2 strikes, 2 pins. Anything less, Tom Doherty's walking out of here with a $5,000 check and another regional title to his credit.
Good balance, good shot.
10, crushing back.
He has put on a show today of throwing perfect shots in absolute clutch situations.
279 his opening stepladder match with the front 9 after a early open. In match number 2, a 254 game, and now Tom Hess needs this strike to get back into the 250s and take home this title. Hess taking that little bit extra time, and you can't blame him right now.
Yeah, you want to get the right mindset, get that picture, throwing that perfect shot, good balance, nice and smooth.
What do you think, Tom Hess? 7 goes late, but it goes down, and now just 2 pins. And in this battle of bowling behemoths, I'll tell you what, 2 of the hottest hands on the PBA50 tour the last couple of years. Tom Hess is going to come out ahead on Tom Doherty. Tom Doherty puts up 249, but it's just not going to be enough. As
Right
Tom
down the
Hess
middle. Yeah.
is your champion. We're going to get Tom Hess to the booth. Mickey, thanks for talking to us today, running us through this stepladder final. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. My
And
pleasure.
we will see you for edition number 30 next year.
Okay.
We'll talk to Tom Hess in just a moment. What a day. Tom, I'm going to talk to you over here in a second.
Great tournament. Great tournament.
What a fantastic championship match that was. Tom Hess 257, Tom Doherty 249. Tom Hess, your 2026 PBA Gary Schluchter Memorial Champion. How about a nice round of applause for Tom Hess as well as Tom Doherty. These gentlemen bowled incredible all weekend.
All right, and joining me in the booth, Tom Hess, our champion. Tom, congratulations. What a battle all stepladder long. Couple of times you got behind early in the semifinal and the final matches. What did you do to get yourself recomposed and just start stringing strikes again?
Well, in my match against John, I threw the one a little slow. The natural thing is to throw the next one a little quick. So I left the 2-4-5. And then I said, come on, you've been bowling great all day. Just get in the process, make a great shot, and was able to step up and throw the shots when I needed. And I did the same thing against Tom. It's a little moist in here. I've changed my tape 3 times on my, I probably should have changed before that title match. My thumb's getting a little tacky.
Okay.
And kind of held on to my spare ball a little bit too long to miss that 7 pin.
Yeah.
And I mean, I got to be honest, I thought the match was over right there. I mean, I don't expect you watched his practice shots,
Right?
You know what I mean? He ran them over every shot. Tom's a great champion, you know, our reigning world champion out here on the PBA50 tour. And you know, I mean, once you get going there, you throw the strike in the 9th, and you sit there and you're going, just give me a chance.
Yeah.
Please give me a chance. Please give me a chance. Tom left the 2-8. Probably gassed it a little bit, and the urethane's not going to hook. Actually, I think him throwing the urethane might have helped me a little bit. You know, the first couple that you know, scouted the 10, and then I almost 7-10. His 8 shots really carried it down. So I made the move to get a little bit further to the right, and then use his as a little bit of hold. And if he doesn't throw urethane, that second shot in the 10th probably doesn't strike.
Right.
It probably goes high. But, you know, what a day from 26th, I think I started.
Yeah.
All the way to run the ladder and take home regional title number 23 or 4.
Right.
So,
And you've already got a banner here, obviously, in the Central region, so you've bowled quite often. Hey, you know, all this past week, for those people that are Bowl TV subscribers, I mean, you're pretty busy at the PBA60 World Series, but you were on this side of the headset. What do you do after being away from a bowling ball for a week to get yourself focused to come in here and just, as you said, get things going? Slow start yesterday, got into the finals today, and just kept crawling up. What do you do mentally to make sure that when you come off of a week where you don't touch a ball, that you're competitive?
well, what I did, I bowled the regional in St. Joe. I lost 3rd, 4th. You know, I lost to Corey Rockteschel before the title match. I flew home. I drove to Columbus. I flew home for a while. I took some time off and relaxed. And then I flew back Thursday. And then unfortunately, we've had some horrendous things going on at home, which
rain-wise.
That actually cost me. Yesterday, I bowled 260, 230. I get a call from the guy about my basement, and all of a sudden, my mind starts wandering. I lose it. Fortunately, Phil, I don't feel I bowled very good yesterday. Thank goodness that I bowled 100 over the first 2 to where I didn't really need any big games. I mean, when I left at 107 over and seeing the guys that were coming on in C squad, I wasn't sure I was going to make it. Everybody was like, you're safe. And I only made it by 10 pins. You know, I 16 pins or whatever it was. But anyway, getting back to your question, I took one day and I practiced for about 45 minutes. Tony was nice enough to let me go out on the warm-up pairs when the guys had bowled the World Championship, so I was able to go out on their pattern. I bowled for about 45 minutes, you know what I mean, just enough to keep sharp. I'm not really a big practice guy when it comes to it anyway, because I'm always on the lanes, so I bowl a lot.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what, hopefully your basement guy is going to take this big check that they're going to be handing out there shortly. Hopefully Sue's got everything down. Who else do you want to thank? I know you want to thank your lovely wife, Sue, for holding on the homestead.
Yeah, obviously my mom and my wife have been watching all day. I imagine my son might be watching as well. Megan's in Nashville having fun. She's probably not watching.
She'll catch the replay.
Yeah, she'll catch the replay. But obviously I got to thank my wife for the support. I mean, you know, we're supporting each other right now. When you're away, you know what I mean? When you're 10 hours away and dealing with something like that, having a big support system at home is awesome. Obviously, you know, I got to thank Storm. I got to thank H5G, Vice Inserts, Bowlers Connection, my pro shop at home, the guys that do everything to keep me ready to compete out here on the tour. And Bill and Yogi and all of Bowling Green. I mean, I think this is number 29, I believe.
Number 29, yeah.
In the meeting room there. So when they did roll call, I've bowled for the title before. I think I lost to Parker Bone.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was a title match or 2nd or 3rd, but I have made a step ladder here before, and to stay in the moment and get it done. I mean, wow.
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Once again, congratulations.
Thank you, Phil.
You got a big check and a trophy to get on the lanes here, so we'll let you do that. Thanks, Tom. And for everyone here at Almar Lanes, for the PBA, for Bowl TV, thanks once again for the rights to this event. And we're going to have a trophy presentation.
Printed out with the name so I can thank the guy. That's a long time.
As Tom Hess makes sure that we get everybody thanked. And now Tom Hess going around thanking the crowd. And there you see Bobby Jekyll, Tom Hess making their way out to the lanes. And we will have the trophy and check presentation.
We officially bring out our champion. Let's bring out some really, really wonderful people to carry the trophy out. Bill Wamas, Yogi Wamas, Nate. Please give these people a huge round of applause for all their hard work. Obviously, there's fundraising, there's taking care of the players. There's a lot of the game by game stuff that Nate was taking care of. So a lot of that stuff goes unnoticed because when things run smoothly, a lot of these things go unnoticed. But everything ran fantastic, and that's why they kind of went unnoticed. Thank you so much for the entire staff here for all your hard work. And without further ado, let's bring out another a brand new 2000 new champion here in Bowling Green, 2026 champion. Big round of applause from Granger, Iowa, Tom Hess.
You start over here with the important one.
Thank you.
You know how that works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nate, thank you for everything you do.
Tom, the floor is yours.
All right. And with that, Tom, you see the great check in hand.
I'm 56 years old. I've been to all 6 of them since I turned 50. I've made one other.
And we once again want to thank all the great sponsors we've had here, including our triple platinum sponsor, UE2, Chris Lindquist, and our platinum sponsors with Progressive Gerdeman Insurance Agency. There is your champion, Tom Hess. We hope to be back with more 10 on the Deck Productions live streaming of PBA regional events on the PBA YouTube channel in August. Make sure you pay attention to the $2 fill and 10 on the Deck Productions Facebook page for those announcements when we're ready to make them. Once again, thanks to Bowl TV for providing 10 on the Deck the rights. Thanks again to the PBA for letting us stream on their YouTube channel. And congratulations to our champion, Tom Hess. Thanks, everybody, for watching us today. Hey, parents, take the kids bowling because you know they're going to have fun for life. And someday they're going to grow up to be a great PBA champion, a possible PBA Hall of Famer like Tom Hess. Good night, everybody.
That's really cool. And to the fans, everybody's been here all week. Thank you very much. And Chris Gerdeman, I'm not going to try to do the whole thing, but that's Chris Lindquist. Sorry, Lindquist. Thank you very much for your sponsorship. I appreciate it. Chris, yeah. So Bobby knows the name. I'm sorry.
Urban Insurance Agency.
There we go. Okay. They're both league bowlers. And they're both league bowlers here. Thank you very much. Without the sponsorships, these don't happen. You can see the on the TVs, the sponsors are scrolling all week long. Thank you to all of them as well. Thank you. I think you guys already said everything I would say. That's good.
Just thank you, everybody, for coming.